Hi, y'all. Today is Sunday. I don't know the day. Today is the 11th of April. Today is Sunday, if I didn't mention that already. And this is going to be our coming clean video. Now, I have already sat down and we got all my receipts. I showed you these before. All of my receipts besides 2 receipts, like they were from gas stations, but everything else is in here. And I basically checked it off. I only used 2 credit cards. My Discover credit card was my main credit card. When I go on trips, I like to just use one card. It's easier to track everything. There was another time that I did use one of my Capital One credit cards, and that was just for one transaction, but that's going to be all included. And of course, I'm going to share with you guys. Now, I know a lot of y'all was like, nah, you probably spent like $500, $600. I thought I probably spent around $600. We all know money adds up fast. So, yeah. Now, I did this while I was at work. So it doesn't look really enticing. So I just rewrote it over here, which that's what we're going to be looking at. But before we do that, I do want to thank you guys for your continued support on my channel. Here we are right here. I'm going to post what we made from YouTube. This is from March, which will be paid out on April 21st. So that means we will be doing a $10 giveaway. The giveaway may be more, I don't know. But once again, just to reiterate, anytime I make money, my monthly goal from YouTube is $100 because that is the threshold needed to get a deposit for your YouTube income. And my thought process is, if I make that, I always like to give back. So I like to give back at least $10 for every $100 I make. Sometimes it's more. So yeah, that's what we have there. Just thought we would talk about money really quick and share with you my YouTube income. So once again, thank you guys. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay. All right. I'm going to turn you guys around and comment down below if you're shocked by what I'm about to show you. My goal was to only spend at least $190, and that was supposed to be on everything. So like us getting like snacks and gas. That was my goal, okay? Now, it didn't go as planned because yeah, I did do a little bit more spending than I would have thought, but it's okay. It's okay. Hopefully this will give me an incentive to really want to work at Amazon. If you don't know my previous video talking about my attendance and how I'm feeling, hopefully this will prompt me to be like, come on, Candace, get working so you can pay this off. And let's stop talking. Let me show you. All right, you guys, here we go. So obviously I put down first 2021 vacay coming clean. Once again, my coming clean videos are for me, but I also like to share them with you guys. It's not me feeling guilty. It's nothing of that sort. It's just me coming clean and realizing how much money I spent, because I wanted to be on a budget, but by the time I got down there, I figured, hey, you're not going to be able to stick to this budget. I mean, I could have if I relied on people, but I just wanted to have fun and do what I wanted to do. Now, the gas, I didn't put the dates on here, so these are not in chronological order. Chronological order. I just put it down on here. So our gas, this is everything. And we drove around quite a bit. Anytime we went somewhere, I drove my car. So obviously I spent more on gas than I would have usually. But it's not much. So all of these right here come up to $174.25. So gas just itself would have basically ate up almost my whole $190 for our fun category, okay? Now, if we look at food, as I mentioned, this is not in chronological order. I do have the receipts for everything here. But I'm not going to break it down to you guys as to what was bought. So $14.52 McDonald's, $8.71 McDonald's, $40.50 McDonald's, and I would get stuff for like the house, for us all to, you know, eat off of. Nothing drastic, but it could be like chips, soda, beer. Some people wanted beer. Now $55.20, that was First Watch. That was breakfast for me and Jamez. Anytime I went to like these places, like McDonald's, that was just for me and Jamez. SeaWorld, my niece wanted some French fries, so that was $4.25. While we were at SeaWorld, I figured I would get a food plan for me and Jamez, which is you can get a entree, a drink, and either a salad or a dessert. At least once every hour. Now, we only ate twice, and that still kind of equates to a good amount. If you eat twice, you get your money's worth, basically. So that was $42.59, and that was for me and Jamez. We ate in the beginning and towards the end, basically, of us being at SeaWorld. We did get some Chinese food when we went to after we got out of Busch Gardens, and that was just for me and Jamez. At Busch Gardens, I ate prior to us going to Busch Gardens, so I wasn't hungry. So I did end up getting my son entree, a drink, and a dessert, which came up to $22.33. So that's what I'm saying. I know these are at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens, but the price is roughly the same. And that's why I say if you were to eat at least twice, you will get your money's worth out of that all-day food plan. And then we have $12.81 from Publix. The $17.99 is as soon as we got back home. Before we even got home, we were hungry from the long drive, and we got subs. Me and Jamez got subs, and then $78.52 at Publix. So food altogether was $315.70. Now, if I did not include like the Publix ones, because these are for the family and not just me and Jamez, I didn't have to go to the store, okay? In general, I didn't have to go to the store in general. That was not me getting breakfast food, wasn't me getting lunch food or dinner food. It was more like snacks and, once again, like beers and stuff. So that's roughly what, like $140 that we can scratch off of this. But once again, this is everything that I spent on my credit card, but just to kind of give you a gist, okay? And then we have some extras. So I went to Target, and I bought me like a pair of pants and a shirt, and that came up to $43.86. And then I went and got something for a family member, and that was $13.52. So that for extras was $57.38, which brings our grand total to $547.33, which, so a lot of people were saying around $500. I thought $600. So that's not too bad being on the credit card. Now, let's talk about this. I did start out, once again, with that $190. I wanted to cash flow the whole trip, but as soon as we got there, I seen that that wasn't going to happen, as I mentioned already. So we started out with $190 in our outing. Well, I should put fun category, but it's basically for our outing. $10 for the dogs, because I did buy them some toys, and they had $10 in their cash envelope. And this was $25 from my cash envelope for maintenance. So that's where it will come into play for me getting clothes at Target. So altogether, in cash, between these three categories that I did use, that was $225 worth of cash that I had to actually spend, okay? Now, after everything's said and done, I had $71 left over, which what I ended up doing was putting that as a payment towards my Discover credit card. So if we subtract that, $225 minus the $71 that we had left over, total cash spent was $154. So if we combine the credit card spending along with the cash spending, we spent a total of $701.33. Oh my goodness. This is why I like to come clean, because it's amazing. Like, I knew I went overboard, but like I said, if we were to subtract out like $140 from this, it would bring it down to what is that, $550? So still not bad. But gas itself, I feel like that was pretty good for gas. Seeing that I drove around even when we went on little excursions and so forth, and I would get up every morning and go to the store, get me and Jamet's food and things like that. So I was not standing still. Okay. But yeah, that's my coming clean video. Let me know what you guys thought. Have you guys ever gone on a trip and did a write down of everything? Do you save all of your receipts? Do you use just one card while you're on a trip so that you can have easy access to all of your transactions? I just like the coming clean because I like to know where my money went. Yes, I can just make a payment to my credit card, but it's nice to know the figures as to how I got to that amount on my credit card balance, which it was well worth it to me. We had a wonderful time. Now, if we had stayed at a hotel, we would have probably spent this much or more just on, we were there for a week and a week and 2 days. So that's quite a bit. So yeah, and as you may see, that we didn't really eat out as much because, well, we did eat out quite a bit, but that was being taken care of by my family members. So that's everything. I'm gonna stop talking, and thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.